We made it. Congratulations. This is your December 2025 energy forecast. And friends, this is one you're not going to want to miss. Very positive energies coming in, very good news. I'm sure we all need that after this year. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but generally the energy for 2025 was like running this incessant marathon. The entire year was like running a marathon. And just when you felt like you couldn't be pushed even further past your limits, you were pushed even further past your perceived limits, right? It's also the energy of giving birth, like the mother giving birth to a child. And it's like the birth is like happening now, I guess. We had kind of like a pretend birth actually halfway through the year, I believe it was. But now the real deal is here, and we are moving into completely uncharted territory. These are very exciting times to be alive, very, very exciting ascension energies we are heading into. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Hannah, and I empower you to empower yourself. And today, I'm going to be doing that by familiarizing you with what to expect this month so that you can work with these energies in the most empowered way possible, rather than just feeling like you're being perpetually bitch slapped across the face by the universe. And you can take charge and you can work with the energies and feel really, really good about it, actually. So let's not waste any time today. Let's dive in. I have 7 topics, 7 different points that came through to kind of describe this month. So topic number 1, profound split. Profound split. Okay, we've dipped our toes in this energy off and on in the past few years, particularly this year, but now it's really, really going to solidify the split between the lower timeline and the higher timeline. Probably you're already feeling it now as we start to head into these energies. It is the final day of November as of filming this. And so basically what this looks like is you're just not going to have any tolerance for people that are not on the same vibrational wavelength as you. It's as simple as that. You're not going to have any tolerance for people like that. People you thought you were good with, all of a sudden, it's just not going to work anymore. It just feels like an obligation to spend time with that person. Maybe you're trying to spend time with that person and you just can't make it click. Like there's always something that comes up and all of a sudden you just can't access each other. And know that this goes both ways, vice versa. So what happens too is you're going to find that you just trigger a lot of people just by existing. People like misinterpret things that you say. People feel threatened just by your light, your presence. And some people, if they're like in really lower vibrational frequencies, narcissistic sorts of energies, they could get a little aggressive as they like cut you out of their lives. And know that this, just surrender, just release. If people pass away, there could be some deaths in this final month of the year. I know my uncle, I just got the news, he's in hospice now. He's probably gonna pass on. And I am sad about that, but I also know that this is what his soul wants. His soul, he has a very pure, very gentle soul. And this earth thing, it's never been for him. He has always profoundly struggled to be here. Really hard time. And he already had to have one leg amputated. And he was, tasked with maybe he could get the other leg amputated and he could keep living, but he chose not to do that. And so I respect his decision. I know he's going to move into the higher dimensions in his own way. And so that's just my personal example, but you might experience this with people, pets in your life this month. You might find surprisingly people just dip out, as I put it, they dip out. No, just let them have their journey. Of course, feel your grief, but let them have their journey. Know that some souls are going to choose this at this time because we are entering this big split. And so if they're not up for the task, they are going to move to the higher dimensions through the traditional means. But all in all, you can trust that what is not meant for you is going to be removed from your life. What is meant for you is going to be coming in now. There might be an awkward void state that you experience a little bit of this month where you're like, The new stuff isn't here yet. The old stuff is still leaving. Am I going to be alone forever? Oh my gosh, I feel so separate. Know that you're good. This is just making space for really aligned. Can you feel that? I just got mad chills as I said that. Like really, truly, authentically aligned connections, unlike anything you've ever experienced before. This is going to be what 2026 is about. 2025 was the year of the snake in Chinese zodiac. Snake is about shedding skin, shedding layers, healing. Now that that's done, we're moving into the year of the horse, and the fire horse at that. This is a very fiery, forward-moving energy, the energy of building tangible foundation. So that's what we're going to do now that the area is clean. Also, fun fact, if you like numerology, 2025 was a 9-year numerology, which is all about endings. And 2026 in numerology is a 1-year, which is all about beginnings. So you can just see in these different systems that the energies are very supportive of like closing chapters this year, opening chapters next year. So point number 2, kind of going off of those energies, I would say this one is described as vibrational crunch cleanup. Vibrational crunch cleanup. Okay, so imagine that you're back in school and there's a big exam coming up and you haven't studied for it, and now you gotta study for it. You got like 3 days and you're just crunching for that exam. That's kind of what the energy of December 2025 is going to be. So like this whole year, we've been doing the work. We've been preparing for the exam. But essentially, it's like anything that hasn't been prepared, now is the time. It's going to be finished now. Because like I said, we're moving into completely fresh energies in 2026 onward. So anything that's not serving you any longer, it's gotta go. It's not coming with you. You can't bring it with you. You're not going to be able to bring these old identities, these old patterns, these stories, these connections into this new version of yourself, into this new vibration. And you can just surrender to this. This isn't something you have to like think your way out of. You have to like force your way out and you're like, oh no, now I gotta study. You don't exactly have to do anything. You just receive and trust that everything that happens in your life this month, it is exactly this. It is that vibrational crunch energy where it's just like your vibration is literally being cleaned. It's being purified. It's being purged of any impurities, anything that's still weighing you down from going up here into the higher dimensions. I literally get the image of like a hot air balloon. And you know how the hot air balloon has like these sandbags that can like weigh it down and it can help you adjust the height of the hot air balloon. It's like that. So you're the hot air balloon. You are ascending. You want to go higher and higher, but you still got way too many sandbags in your energy. And so basically you are being called now to release all the sandbags, any sandbags that you have. Maybe you didn't even know. You're like, oh, there's a sandbag there. I didn't realize that was like hidden in the corner over there. I didn't see that. The universe has got you, my friend. The universe will be like, hey, you got a sandbag over there? We're just going to get rid of that for you. So you can just receive this. This is a very receiving feminine sort of energy. Yeah. On that note, flowing into the next point, I love how these points just easily, seamlessly flow into each other. Point number 3, rest and integration. Can you just feel the release? I can feel, oh my gosh, yes, please. Rest and integration. That is what this month is going to be about more than anything else. Because 2025, as I've said, was an intensive marathon. It was an intensive freaking marathon. And finally, we're slowing up. We've basically reached the finish line. And so now it's like, okay, I get to breathe. Now, after that marathon, you gotta rest, right? You gotta drink some fluids, maybe have yourself a nice meal, get some good sleep, give your body some rest. That is important. It is so important. If you take nothing else away from this video, please take away that the most important thing you could be doing this month, the most productive thing you could be doing this month is to rest, to go slow, to be still, to integrate, even to hermit. And this could be quite hard because this season traditionally in most cultures in the world is a speed up time, right? There's a lot of obligation to spend time with a lot of people, to spend a lot of money, to be very extroverted. It creates a lot of stress. Ironically, it ends up being one of the most stressful times of the entire year for that reason. This is intentional by the false matrix, by the way. The false matrix intentionally orchestrated this because this is the time when on a soul level, you're supposed to slow down, rest, and integrate. The false matrix installed the opposite to keep us out of our power. Because if you want to go into 2026 strong and you want to start this fresh chapter feeling empowered, feeling good, feeling aligned, the best thing you can do for yourself and for others and for the collective right now is to let go, to rest, to integrate, sleep a lot, journal if you feel called, meditate, take some nice hot baths, just self-care, You deserve it, really, truly. Being a human is so challenging right now. Being a human is a full-time job right now, and you are absolute boss mode with it. So congratulate yourself, celebrate, receive this, relax into these energies, and know that you're setting yourself up for success in 2026 onward. Now, the more you're able to rest and integrate and receive this month, the easier of a time you're going to have once we start these 2026 energies. The more, it's almost like, now I'm seeing like a slingshot. It's like, so this month we're pulling back the slingshot by resting. You're pulling back your energy by hermiting, by going slow, pulling. The further you pull it back, boom, the further it's going to go when we release that energy in the year of the fire horse. Yeah. So it's like you can just do yourself so many favors by really embracing it fully now, and know that that forward momentum is going to come naturally as a result later. It's just trust. You got to trust. You got to trust that things are happening for you and that this is part of the plan. And it's going to be a really fun ride if so. Now, know that even if you're not doing this and you're not resting and stuff, this stuff's still going to happen for you, but it's going to feel like a corpse drag a little bit. It's like, you can see it like the horse. It's like, if you're taking the time to rest, you're riding the horse come the year of the horse. You're riding the horse and you're like doing all these cool poses and stuff, and you're having a blast with it. But if you're not taking this time to prepare right now, you're being dragged by the horse. The horse is going to be taken off regardless. You're dragged by the horse. It's going to be an unpleasant ride. So just do yourself a favor. Go slow now. That cannot be stressed enough. So point number 4, windows into new timelines. This is where it gets really, really exciting. Can you feel my fangirl energy? So 2026 is really about to be amazing for those of us that have been doing this work, that have been conscious for a while. It's like a year of reaping rewards, like really, really seeing in the physical, which is something we've all been lacking to some degree or the other up until now. Physical manifestation. This is the year of the horse energy. So in 2026, it's like we're not in that energy fully just yet. We're not fully into that fresh chapter energy. That's not going to fully anchor in until around March of 2026. But right now we're getting a window into it. So we're going to start to see. And you could see these as 2026 appetizers. So you might get to see little glimpses of what's going to be possible for you in 2026, like little manifestations of things that are going to be much bigger in 2026. So an example that's coming to mind that they want me to share with you is I'm going with a friend on just a little like 4-5 day little trip in Germany. I live in Germany. It's still going to be in Germany, but it's a little trip that we're going on during December. And they're saying that I'm going to be called to do big trips in 2026, much bigger trips. But this is like the prep. It's the appetizer. It's getting me used to that energy right now so that when it comes time to do the big trips, to step into the big energy, I'm already prepared for it. You see? So point number 5, the Yang Mega Dragon is waking up. Woohoo! This is very exciting. Can you feel the Yang energy? Oh my gosh. So I haven't talked about it myself yet, but if you follow Carrie K, you've seen this. I would say the Yin Mega Dragon has woken up. At least this is my hypothesis. So Carrie K talked about how this female, this really big female that is like mostly white, has woken up, and she is accompanied by a masculine and feminine dragon. So there's 3 of them in total. So my hit on that was that female that has woken up now and is doing some intense purging work. She's helping with these vibrational crunch energies, by the way. She's really helping that. And I'll do a video specifically on that very, very shortly. I already have it outlined and everything. expect that soon. But in any case, I get the sense that she was the yin of the yin-yang dragon. So I've talked about this, I believe, in my previous energy update video, which I can link up here. But I kind of got this hit about these yin-yang dragons waking up. This masculine, feminine dragon couple, if you will, partners, where they would wake up in quick succession. And that would be a huge turning point for humanity's ascension. And there would be an associated balancing of the feminine, masculine polarities within ourselves. And it would also like pave the foundations for these, twin flame divine counterpart connections that are really about to stabilize in 2026. So I believe, unless there's more plot twists in store, I believe this yin dragon is now awake and the yang dragon is waking up. And I sense he's gonna be awake within the first few weeks of December, probably within the window of 12/12 to 12/21, somewhere in there. I sense he's gonna wake up. That's gonna be explosive in the best possible way. So that's gonna be really, really fun. Like I said, if you're interested in that specifically, the Mega Dragon specifically, stay tuned, subscribe if you have not, and you will be notified when I post this video about the Mega Dragon update specifically for December. Topic number 6. 3-Eye Atlas massive activation, okay? Now, 3-Eye Atlas, I have not talked about it yet on my channel. Honestly, I'm a bit of a hipster, okay? It's like, this is such a buzzword. I've seen so many people talking about it. That makes me not want to talk about it because I feel that everyone else covers it. And so I don't really want to talk about it. I don't really have much to say about it. However, they did want me to share on it in this week's video because it's very important for the update for December, the energy update for December. So from what I understand, around that window of December 19th through the December 21st, 3-Eye Atlas is going to be like the closest that it can be to Earth. And that's going to be a big activation. It might actually be linked to this Yang Mega Dragon. I get the sense there could be something like where it's like an alarm for this Yang Mega Dragon. He's like, oh, I don't want to wake up 5 more minutes, and it's like, nope, nope, you're waking up now. The energies that it's blasting the planet with might wake up the Mega Dragon. There could be a correlation there. But ultimately, this is going to have a huge impact on humanity's ascension. It is like an activator, this 3-Eye Atlas. I sense it's just radiating these very high vibrational energies. It's testing our frequencies. It's kind of seeing, you could say it's the proctor for the exam. If we're going with the beginning analogy of like, oh, we're about to take a big exam, it's the proctor of the exam. It's like going to oversee the exam, yeah? And when it hits, I get the sense it's just wild card energy, okay? It could be anything. So when it hits, there could be some big manifestation in the collective. There could be some big event in the collective that we see externally. It could not be physical at all. It could just be like internal, something we feel internally. It could be something that feels very positive. It could be that like we just feel like we're on ecstasy all of a sudden, like we're on drugs all of a sudden when it's beaming us with that light because it's so high vibe. And it could feel really, really amazing for a few days around that. Likewise, it could also feel really, really triggering, really heavy, the exact opposite. Know that both are expressions of light, by the way. It's just whatever your system needs at the time. If you've done enough of this purge work, it's probably going to feel really good. If you still have some more purging to do, you're probably going to feel a bit triggered under these energies. But just expect that around the solstice, okay? The solstice is a time of the month that you really want to pay attention to. Like at this point, the Yang Mega Dragon will likely be awake. 3-Eye Atlas will be like right here, and like it's like the spotlight is on us, like things are going to be happening. So just pay attention to that. So finally, point number 7, our final topic, our final point. Finally you can breathe again. That's the energy. It's like it feels like you can finally breathe again. I don't know about y'all, but because of this marathon energy of 2025, it's like I just haven't been able to catch a break. It's like the moment I transmute one thing, boom, there's like 10 more things there to meet me. And it's like, oh, I can't even catch my breath. Literally, like you're running a marathon and you can't catch your breath because you're just running. You're always like activating your body and your lungs. There's no time to rest and to breathe. Now that changes. Like I said, rest and integration this month. So finally, you're gonna feel like you can breathe. And it might even be very helpful for you to do breathing exercises this month. And imagine you're inhaling light and light codes, because these mega dragons and 3i Atlas and so many other like star beings, high vibrational beings, elementals, they're giving us just such positive energies. Think of it as your Christmas present. Your Christmas present from the universe is this light, these light codes. Some of you may be noticing as a result that you have abilities starting to come online that you never would have expected. This might not even be obvious, like in psychic abilities, like let's say you can't suddenly see the future or anything, but all of a sudden you're getting ideas, creative ideas for like a story you want to write, a song you want to create, and you have all these creative ideas. Know that creativity, psychic ability, same thing. So if you're feeling really creative, it means your channel is clear, you're really, really tapped in. And so you might find if you've given yourself time to rest and integrate enough, if you've inhaled, allowed in these frequencies of light, this could also be a bit of a creative time where you start to just dabble with creative energies and know, again, that's an appetizer for what's to come in 2026. So that's what I've got for you guys today. I'm going to be busy like at least the first few weeks of December because I'm going on this like little trip and my friend's going to be in town from the US. And then after that, I'm probably just going to take a couple weeks off to Hermit, honestly, because I want to be in alignment with these energies too. I need to rest, friends. I need to rest. It has been such an intense year. I want my rest and my integration. So I don't know how much I'll be posting the rest of this month. But yeah, if you don't see me for a while, that's why. I'm following my own advice here. I'm following their advice for us. I'm resting, I'm integrating, and you can expect to hear from me again in January if you don't see me anytime soon. But I'm curious, let me know. Are you feeling these energies? Does this resonate? Have you already started to notice some of these things, or have you intuited them yourself? I'm always really curious to know. Like I say, I'm a spiritual scientist, and yeah, your feedback helps me with my research and my hypotheses, okay? So yeah, that would be super cool if you can share. And I will say too, if you are struggling with these energies and you want support, you want community support, which by the way, that's also going to be a big theme moving into 2026 and onward, is community, soul-aligned community. Feel free to join us in my private community, the House of the Spirit Dragon. We're actually going to work with the Spirit Dragons for the first time ever, the Ether Dragons in the house. So we'll have 2 weeks where we work with them. I feel it's going to be a really powerful energy. It's going to be right in that peak when that Mega Dragon's going to be waking up and 3i Atlas is close. And I feel it's going to be really magical. I can't predict what exactly is going to happen. I just feel it's really going to be magical. So if you want that support, you just want like a warm hug. I'm just thinking of Olaf from Frozen, like just want a warm hug in this cozy, in the middle of this winter season. Join us in the House of the Spirit Dragon. We would love to have you. Plenty of fun things in store for that moving forward. And also, even though my doors for Dragon Wealth are technically closed now, I will just say, if you are genuinely feeling called to it, there is still time to join before it really gets good. So I would say there's maybe a couple weeks before it really gets good and the community stuff really starts to take off in that experience. So if you were feeling called, but maybe the finances weren't aligning or whatever, you just felt overwhelmed by the energies, but now you feel good, reach out to me, support@ownyourpowers.com, and we would be happy to have you there as well. But I would say, regardless of if you're joining one of my communities or not, I would recommend finding soul family, connecting with soul family this month and moving forward. This is going to be very foundational to Ascension moving forward, is connection, collaboration. So either way, friends, regardless of where you're at on your journey, I am sending you so much love on your journey. You are so powerful. You are so perfect. You've got this, my friend. Me and the dragons love you forever. Much love. and stay powerful.